Welcome to BaseballGuys.com. I'm your host, Ray Flowers. Hey, it's been a while since I've talked to you around the horn. Sorry about that. Been really busy doing some hockey stuff, doing some football stuff, and finally just doing some writing. But we'll get right back at it. Jump in that saddle as Major League Baseball hits the final week of the regular season. Lots of injuries to big-name players. At this point of the season, if a team is out of it, there's no reason to push a star player through an injury. And we've got just such a scenario breaking down with a bunch of players at this point. The first player I want to mention is Hanley Ramirez. He's got an elbow issue. It's probably going to preclude him from doing anything other than running the bases. He was a pinch runner last night. His ability to swing and throw right now is really hampered. So he'll end the season as arguably one of the 10 best fantasy players, even though his performance was pretty disappointing after he went number one in a lot of drafts this year. Another player who was also looked at as a top 25 option is Zimmerman. He'll have his first 300-plus batting average of his career, 25 homers, 85 RBIs, 85 runs scored. All that despite the fact he's going to miss the end of the season here as well with a rib cage issue. You can read more about both of those players in my MLB Player Rater piece that also accompanies this video. The third main player that's going to be out for the rest of the season is Justin Upton. He's got a shoulder injury. He went and saw Dr. James Andrews. There's a little bit of wear and tear on that shoulder of his since the test were last run, but the good news is no surgery was recommended. None is needed at this point. He'll have the entire offseason to strengthen up that shoulder. But remember that when you go to draft Upton next year, he might be slightly undervalued because of somewhat poor performance this year compared to last year. But that shoulder issue of his is starting to become a big concern as it's bugged him for multiple seasons. Next player, Joe Mauer. He's still out with a knee injury. Now he had a shot at the knee, to help speed along the process and help things out there. Still not to the point where he's ready to go. The Twins want to give him a little bit of work before the playoffs. He's targeting Thursday to return. Don't know if he'll be a DH or a catcher, but come the playoffs for the Twins, he should be back behind the dish for the club. Josh Hamilton, he's still out. Good news though with Josh Hamilton is he progressed to fielding a few balls and to swinging the baseball bat today, which was a big deal for him. He still needs to play defense. He still needs to throw a little bit to see where he's at. The Rangers really don't want to play Vladimir Guerrero in the outfield exclusively, but at this point they may have no other choice. Josh Hamilton will hope to get a couple of games in before the regular season is over to get ready for those playoffs. Keep your fingers crossed that that rib issue of his will be resolved enough to the point that he can help the Rangers a little bit. Miguel Cabrera, he might be out as well with an ankle issue. Again, like I said, the hits just keep on coming. Cabrera could miss the last week of the season with an ankle issue. He's batting .328, 38 home runs, 126 RBIs. He's got an OPS of 1.042, which is only 7 hundredths behind the Major League leading figure of Josh Hamilton. Those two guys could be the top two options in the American League for the MVP award. We'll have to wait and see if either one of them is able to play in the last week of the season for their respective ball clubs. Daniel Hudson, he's out for the year. Now Daniel Hudson's got a problem with his, well, I would have flipped you the bird, but you get the point. His right middle finger, he's got a little bit of a tendon issue. Not a big deal, nothing that will require surgery. But again, the Diamondbacks don't want to push the youngster who figures to be a vital part of that rotation for years to come. In 11 starts for the Diamondbacks, he went 7-1 with a 1.69 ERA. He was absolutely tremendous after the trade for Edwin Jackson. He could be overvalued in fantasy drafts next season because he did so well at the end of this year. But don't sleep on Hudson. He's got the goods and apparently the confidence at this point to be a viable fourth option in mixed leagues. And then finally, two more points of note. Another injured player who's healthy and now maybe injured again. Jimmy Rollins has had issues all season long, in and out of the lineup, just returned from the hamstring injury, finally got back in the starting lineup on Monday, played 6 innings, and then was removed from the game. As of this video, as of 6:45 Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday night, we don't know if he was removed because of injury or because the team just took him out of the game, feeling there's no need to push him, going to slowly work him back into things. Hopefully that's the case. Hopefully that's not a re-aggravation of the injury, because if it is, it would be a potentially devastating blow to the Phillies and their playoff chances, at least on the offensive side of the ball. And then finally, the Giants are juggling their pitching rotation. They're going to move Tim Lincecum up a day to pitch him on Wednesday. They're going to move Madison Bumgarner back a day the day to pitch him on Thursday. Why are they doing that? The belief in the Giant circle is this pennant race in the NL West could go all the way down to the final day of the season between the Padres and the Giants. If there's a tie, and there has to be a 163rd game, something we've seen multiple times in the past few years, the Giants want Tim Lincecum ready to pitch that, so they will have him go on Wednesday and be set up to go in game 163 if the Giants and Padres are deadlocked and need that extra game. I'm Ray Flowers. It's BaseballGuys.com. Thanks for joining me here on Around the Horn. and I will talk to y'all again very soon.